5 red lights are on. And around and underway for race 1 of Formula Olympics in Australia. Great start from Max Verstappen and Kamui Kobayashi. They're already pulling side by side with George Russell and Oscar Piastri. Looks like a good fight at the front. And round goes Oscar Piastri and he's hit. I think that is George Russell. The local Australian has already gone round and possibly picked up damage on lap 1. Here we go. Oscar Piastri just doesn't really get the start he would have hoped for. Had his home race starting 3rd and then just gets squeezed, has nowhere to go. 4 and the 1 doesn't go. This is the onboard view from Logan Sargent. Just sees it all unfold right in front of him. You see, Verstappen does very well to keep out of trouble. Here is Oscar Piastri, new tyres and a new nose cone. What a disaster. Same goes for George Russell, who probably picked up damage then in that incident with Oscar Piastri. And the exit of pits in the last 2 positions. Here's a move from Stoffel van Dorn. He's on the outside, not quite going to go there, but he does a switch back there on Kelvin van der Linde. Round the outside of turn 4, that's going to be a grippy line, and then has the advantage for turn 5 and is ahead and up into 9th place. What a great move. In comes Logan Sargent and I think Mick Schumacher. Yes, I see the Team Germany pit crew let him go. Mick Schumacher in 8th place. Here comes Lewis Hamilton and he's in. Hamilton's pitting and so is Pato. So Pato O'Ward and Lewis Hamilton both into the pits. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Great Britain. Well, he's got Great Britain's honour on the line here. And he gets held up in the pits there by Verstappen and Kobayashi, and now less than a car length separates him and O'Ward. Verstappen and Kobayashi exit the pits behind them. Bit of traffic. Here is, I think, that's Stoffel van Dorn making a move on the Team South Korea car of Jack Aitken, and Jack Aitken goes off. Let's see this here, Jack. Was there contact? No, there was no contact. He just locked up into turn 1. Here's Daniel Ricciardo. And here he goes around the outside to make 2 moves, 2 positions in 1 corner, maybe 2. No, unfortunately only 1 position sticks. He does get ahead of Massa but doesn't get to pass Nick de Vries. Here we have Logan Sargent and Esteban Ocon.
Losing power. Okay, we're on it.
Things don't seem to be looking up for Sargent here as Ocon tries to get past them, is side by side but through, gets the more grippy exit going towards turn 5, and he has passed Sargent for 6th place, and Gasly hunts him right behind. I've got someone pulling out to the left hand side in contact, and round goes, that is Team Belgium, and that is Stoffel van Dorn. The man who's made such great progress goes round at turn 11, and here's what happened. Oh, just a little tap on the rear wheel, and round he goes. He could have lost his front wing, jumped straight into the wall if he wasn't lucky. Here it goes. That is Pierre Gasly on Logan Sargent. Lots of action here on lap 18 of the first race of the Formula Olympics season. I've got Gasly up the inside of Sargent going into turn 15. Can he hold on? He does hold on slightly, Sargent, but Gasly's through. Oh, and that is Daniel Ricciardo.
Copy.
I got no drive. Should I switch it off?
Yeah, you'll have to switch it off, Daniel. If you can roll to somewhere safe.
Raoul Hyman also retiring. Well, what would you have guessed? The honour of the United Kingdom rested on his shoulders after the turn 1 contact with George Russell, but Lewis Hamilton wins. Here comes Verstappen for the podium. Kobayashi behind. Sebastian Vettel, quite under the radar, finishes 5th. And here, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. Ocon leads home a 6-7 finish for Team France. Logan Sargent finishes 8th ahead of Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher to round out the points. So interesting we see here is that Team UK and Team Netherlands are the only 2 teams to only have 1 car in the points. All the other teams that scored points have both cars in the points. That's interesting to see for sure. Here's your driver standings. Pato Award gets the bonus point for the fastest lap. And then we move on to the constructors. Wow, what a race we have had so far. And it's only going to get better from here because this was just round 1. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.